All right, welcome to this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'd like to introduce a fine Dodge Swept-Line specimen. This truck's name is Rooster. Today is Dodge Swept-Line Day. Originally, when we saved this truck, it was pretty much abandoned, wasn't running. We brought it home thinking, hey, this would make a great shop truck / work truck. Come to find out, there's let's say a generous amount of corrosion, per se. We look at this fender over here at this fine bodywork. They chose to try to rebuild the truck with what appears to be an inch or two of Bondo and some seam sealer on the firewall. In fact, it has so much rot, you can't even pull the e-brake on, which is on the firewall in this truck. It's a handle, it'll pull right out. That being said, it makes a great storage facility for this wonderful Mopar LA Series small block that will go in another 71 short box swept line that we rescued that doesn't have an engine in it. Now, our standard procedure is once a month we fire this truck up until we can afford to do the other truck properly. The engine's good in here. This way we can keep it full of antifreeze, topped up with fresh oil, and once a month we come out and fire it up. So we're bringing you along today to do that. And then after this swept line, I'm going to take you and show you my swept line Survivor truck. So let's see here. Pull that off. Of course, it had the custom lid flipped option. Got to flip the lid, right? Stick this on this fender well. Hopefully the fender holds. Observe this massive 2-barrel carburetor. I'd say that probably produces all of 200 CFM. Now, while the truck is very vice grip garage-ish, the engine and transmission are great. Of course, in order to start it, because this battery is toast, but it works great again just to be in here, we'll hook her up with our trusty old Canadian Tire brand Eliminator Moto Master jump box. Try to get some fuel down this vent here so it fills the float bowl. Quite often I see people just dump gas down the carburetor. Now, in this truck it would probably be okay because I know it'll fire right away. But a lot of people, they just keep dumping gas down the carburetor and they don't realize, hey, you're gonna wash the cylinders down, or if something's wrong, it's gonna backfire. Okay, so that'll put enough in the float bowl. We'll put a squirt down in the carb so it catches. Put this here where it won't catch fire. We'll come around here and take, oh look, there's plate gone. Another fine example of the structural rigidity of this truck. Poor Blake went to get in today. Careful stepping down, buddy. Ooh. So she's custom vented for egress and access. There's your cab mount. Yeah. So when your shop dog can't get in and out of the truck without putting his poor leg through there, we make sure we don't let him go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the hole he put through with his paw.
Yep, I'm just glad his leg didn't go through.
No kidding.
We look after our dog. Nobody spam us with, what the heck are you doing? Okay, so now I'm going to throw F-fuel in here. See if I can get my frame in here and give her a crank. Can you turn on the jump box, please, Bobo?
Word.
Oh, God. Is the floor going to go?
Well, it's going to be you going through the floor.
Wow, this thing's rusty. Oh.
Flintstone it.
Okay.
Flintstone it. Jump box on.
Contact. There's another little flash counter for me. Ooh. And on any old Chrysler guy, you always want to have it in neutral when they've been sitting a long time. The Torque Flight 727, the pump only works when it's in neutral. So all the fluid will leave the case of the trans and go right down to the pan. So when something's been sitting for a while, and in this truck, the engine and transmission are both in really good shape. It's really amazing. I put it in neutral so it'll pump the tranny fluid through the transmission and not run anything dry. After we let it run for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes with my foot resting on the pedal, it should just go ahead and idle. Everything else about the truck works great. So it's gonna make a great parts truck for the other 71 short box we've got that doesn't have a drivetrain in it. We'll introduce that one when we get a chance. Let's see if she'll idle yet. Hold on. It's charging.
That's good.
Yep. Yeah, everything works. I mean, we did, when we brought this one home, I did the water pump and the voltage regulator, and then it's fine. You could drive the truck. I've driven it. It runs and drives. It's just not safe to take anywhere. You look right there. If I put my weight on that, and granted I'm heavier than your average guy, that would just separate from the rest of the body.
Yep.
Although the frame is solid. I don't, but I mean, she's rusted here, she's rusted down there. Check this out. So here's the e-brake, old style. If I pull any harder, it's gonna pull right out of the firewall. All around the steering column down there. It's totally rotten. See it?
Yeah.
So originally I didn't realize it was this bad. I was gonna drive it on the road, but it's also rotten really bad over there. It's just not safe. But it's got lots of great parts in it. The factory fuel tank's in great shape, no rust. Dash is in amazing condition. We got some great VHS Hitachi high-end. If anybody's looking for one there. Came with some cab lights. That'll pan out. Some Princess Auto paint, that's good. And factory Mopar window seals. It even has the factory jack thing from underneath the hood. The center section's good. It's got a good center section if we ever wanted to change a manual truck to an automatic, but I doubt that'll happen. Lots of great stuff, and the guy we bought it from was an amazing guy, and he gave us a wicked deal on it years ago when we got it. So hopefully people will like and subscribe our videos, and
We can build the new one.
we can build the new one. And I'm also hoping that a certain channel has work for us to do too, so we can share some of that amazing content with you. And stay tuned also, guys, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, Princess Auto tool giveaway coming for you guys. So subscribe, like, enjoy. Feel free to leave a comment about what you want to see, and we'll do it. Let's see how she does over here, Canada. Let's see if I can get out of this truck without becoming crippled. More crippled. What's that? Oh. Classic. But as you can see, guys, this thing purrs like a kitten. So once a month we like to flash her up, let her warm up. It's got fuel stabilizer in it and a lead additive in the fuel, because this is a 71 318. My guess is somebody rebuilt it over the years, but I'm not sure if it's got hardened valve seats. So I just run the additive in it anyways, and we run the STP additive with the ZDDP zinc in it in the oil as well. Blake's hopped back into the truck. He does this quite often because he's always worried we'll leave and go somewhere without him. Eh, Blake dog? Purring like a kitten. You gotta love it. It also still has the factory Jiffy Jet window washer pump bottle. You gotta love those old school things. So for those of you that don't know, what they used to use is these bottles, and they had a pump on the floor, ours is rusted away, that you'd pump to wash the windshield off with the wipers while you're using the wipers. I'm baffled at, like, did it just have salt water on either side of the truck? Because the center portion of the truck is solid and the frame's good, but the body's just rotten. Or
Well, this came from Parksville.
maybe somebody did really bad body work. Yeah, but who knows where it originally came from. I mean, we got it in Parksville, but... And I'm thinking this engine must have been rebuilt at some point. I mean, there's no way that blue paint's from 1971. I don't
I got
know.
it from Rutherford.
There's a lot of mysteries about this old girl, but a lot of things about it are great. Like, I mean, yeah, the grille's painted flat black right now, but there isn't a ding in it, really. It'll work great. We'll get the paint off it, and it'll be chrome again. Lower valance is shot. The hood's pretty good. It's only got a little bit of bubbling right there. Other than that, it's usable. The interior is usable. Surprised the cab hasn't completely fallen off the frame. Stock 318 two-barrel power. Wonder if that's copyrighted. Get a copyright strike because I sounded like the guy from Home Improvement. What's his name? Tim Allen? Yeah. Did a
Yeah, well, they're gonna come
PT.
after 2 low lights. There'll be a little bit of...
Yeah. Well, I'd say we're more dirtbags than lowlives. Outlaws. We'll go for outlaws. A little bit of an outlaw, like Struggle Jennings says. Watch your hands in there with that freaking big old mechanical fan.
I haven't got it. It's not even close.
Okay.
Checking the filter.
Yeah, the fuel looks a bit stale, but I put stabilizer in it, so I did throw plugs in this thing when we got it, and at the time it got new fuel filters. The fuel does look a bit stale, but it's got Stabil in it, and it's only about 3 months old, this stuff. I love this. This is my favorite thing. Stuff like that. Tells you the idle settings, air fuel ratio. I'm saving that sticker. Alright guys, we're gonna let it warm up for a little bit and then we'll introduce you to the other sweat line that we got kicking around. See you soon.